Good afternoon, this is Jeff with Sewer Tech Northwest. We are at 1570 Southwest 175th Avenue here in Beaverton, located down the garage. Got a 3-inch ABS clean out on the floor here. I check the overall condition and serviceability of the sanitary sewer line. I've turned the water off here just so I can figure out kind of how this thing was laid out. It's kind of an odd configuration. You've also got a clean out that comes off the there's a pipe that drops down the garage wall here. At first I couldn't figure out what we were going into. I had water running and I could not hear the water running at first, but this kind of explains why. The pipe here has got a lot of standing water in it, which has been blocking the sound. Right now water's completely off, so this is what the belly looks like. A lot of standing water. This line here looks like it's fully submerged. Water all the way to the top of the pipe. Now what's causing it, I'm not entirely sure. Right there it looked like we just opened up. And I saw where the manhole is. I think this is actually where the main connection is. This thing is just completely underwater. Yeah, right now I am lined up. I just put a green T marking down as a reference point. That's not necessarily a repair marking. Out here in the little alleyway behind the house driveway goes out to, I'm lined up perfectly with the manhole just down the street. So I'm going to try and go peer into the manhole. What's odd about this is that the line is completely submerged with water, even going into the main lateral. So right now, it's hard to even tell if this is a gradation issue. You could have a completely blocked up main lateral for all I know right now that's causing all this water to stand. Alrighty, so if you're standing, I'm going to kind of reorient you because I think it might be a little easier. If you're standing in the alleyway out back facing into the garage, to your right, basically where it dead ends, there's a gate that dead ends this little street. You've got a manhole sitting right in front of that with a big green paint dot on the top of the manhole lid. When you look into that lid, there is a ton of standing water sitting in the manhole, which in general, I've been doing this 13 years, about 25,000 sewer lines. I've looked into plenty of manholes over the years. Generally, you're going to look down in there, you're going to see some concrete troughs, water flowing through it like a river. This thing's got water filling up into it. So from the looks of it, it looks like the main lateral here is clogged and it's backed up. And every now and then I'm catching some, I don't know if it could also be the wetlands adjacent to me, but I'm catching some whiffs of sewer smell out here. All these things put together, from what I can tell here, it looks like you've got a main lateral having problems. Right now it's hard to even tell if this line has any gradation problems at all. If the main lateral is completely clogged and backed up, backing all the way up into the line, you got mosquito larvae floating around right there. This line's not going to drain out either. So I would put a call into the city or whoever maintains the utilities around here and see if they can come out here and figure out what's going on. Because if the main lateral is backed up like I think it is, this can become a problem for a myriad of homes, not just this one. And what I'm also going to do here, I think I probably just saw my screen flicker there. The foot counter may not count back. Yeah. I'm sure my camera's doing that right now, but I'm going to pull back in here to the base of the clean out. Let the water settle for a second. Based on the particulate matter that's floating around the line right now, this does indeed look like we're in the sewer line. Normally you can hear water flow to the line. Through this clean out access, you don't hear anything. But what I'm going to try and watch for is the water stirring around when I do a toilet flush. Or I think what I'm also going to see is water entering into the line potentially through a tie-in in this vertical column here we drop into. All right, I'm going to leave the recorder running here for a second. I'm on my own right now. I'm going to just run up and flush a toilet and then see what happens here. Yeah, so I'm staring into the bottom of this cleanout. Generally, when you've got a line that's clogged, backed up, when I flush the water, either you're going to see the water in and around the camera move around, and certainly the level of the water at the base of the cleanout. I'm not seeing much of that change here. This is kind of puzzling. The only other thing I could think that this could be, potentially, is a storm system access of some kind. And you know what? What's coming out of my camera right now, you know what? I think that they might be routing the storm system under the floor here. What's coming out of my camera head looks like roof granules. Little fine bits of gravel like you kind of have on a roof. That's not an uncommon thing at all to have in a storm system. You just generally don't see this kind of layout where you've got a storm pipe routed through under a garage floor like this. So anyhow, what we're going to do now, I'm going to move over to the clean out on the wall here and drop the camera to this. This is still something that's kind of concerning though. I mean, that whole entire thing is submerged underwater. That is looking more like the storm system. It's kind of happenstance we caught that, but that's something I would still look into because that storm system there does not appear to be flowing.